Hi, everybody, and welcome to this message from Spirit. I hope you are all well. If you're returning to our channel, thank you so much for your support. It's lovely to see you again. My name is Linda Williams, and if you're new, you are very, very welcome to these messages from Spirit. These messages are channeled through, and everything that comes out is Spirit's choice. Let's put it that way. So I get this message too. So I'm also part of you. Whatever comes out, I have no idea what Spirit wants to talk to us today about. So I benefit as well. I just give it all to you, what they want to say, and we just go with the flow. So we've chosen 4 decks to get a message from today. We're going to ask for one card from the Divine Guidance deck. We're going to ask for one from what it is that we need to let go. We'd always like to find out what is it at this stage in our life right now, today, that we need maybe to shift away or move away from. We ask for a message from the Numbers deck. Now, the Numbers deck, sometimes we get one card comes out, sometimes more than one. The Numbers deck seems to always round off whatever messages Spirit actually brings through to us with these videos. And so we choose one or two, or whatever, as I said, whatever jumps out while I'm shuffling. We wait till the end of the reading before we actually look at that. And then it really does make a lot of sense. Today I'm using 2 tarot decks. One is the Major Arcana from a deck that I've been using for years, and the other one is the Infinite Tarot, which is a really nice deck too. So let's have a look. We're going to start off by asking, what is it that we all need to let go of, that Spirit thinks that maybe it doesn't serve us anymore? What is it that doesn't serve us anymore? What is it that maybe we need to let go of? We're going to pop that there. And now we're going to ask for the Numbers card. What is it that you've done? Oh, wow, where did that go? Goodness me, that flipped back into the deck, didn't it? I don't think I've ever seen that trick before. Anyway, that was a nice little angel trick, isn't it? What is it that we need to let go? Thank you. What is it? So we're only getting one today. All right, that's okay. So we're going to read that. We are going to read the end of the reading. We're going to have a look and see. So we're not even going to look at it. We don't look at that one. We put it over here where you can see it there. And we will check on it later on. We are going to ask for a message from the Divine Guidance. Is it that you'd like to give us guidance on? We ask you, please, for some divine guidance. What is it that, because this is an overall everybody reading, there's no gender, it's just a message coming through from both guides who walk with us, the universal teachers, masters, whatever, and whatever it is they want to say today, that is what they will say. Being told to take the top one, and we'll pop that over here as well. So we're getting all our ammunition ready, aren't we? Okay, let's have a look. What is it that we need to let go of? Do you find it hard to say what you feel? The journey of words often begins before we say them. But this is actually, the divine guidance. The divine guidance. So the journey of words often begins before we say them. And as long as you speak truth with good intention, your words are golden. Frame all your words with love. So what they're saying to us here is to remember that with what we put out, we bring back. So if we speak kindly, if we speak with compassion, if we speak with understanding, and if we speak with our truth in a nice, calm, strong way, then we will reap a lot more goodness into our life. We'll accomplish a lot more than we would if we used a different tone. But it's also about, do you find it hard to say what you feel? So this is also about realizing that when it comes to expressing ourselves, it's not always easy, is it? It's not always easy. And so um, the journey of words often begins before we say them. This is about thinking about what it is. This is something that sometimes we need to practice in when it comes to expressing ourselves, learning how to express ourselves. One of the best ways is to think it over about what we're going to say, especially if you're going to, especially if you've been thinking about something for a while, and practicing what it is you're going to say, but coming from a place um, of understanding, good intentions, and a place of love as well, where you want to put your ideas across, or you want to put your opinion across, but you're also going to show your respect to the other person's opinion or point of view. So maybe some of you at the moment are going through something like that. And Spirit is just giving you a little bit of guidance, maybe, on how to handle that. With the letting go, this is the card that they've given us. This one's a bit brighter. You can actually read this one. Everyone in our life is acting as a mirror. That's so true. They are reflecting back to us what we have failed to acknowledge within ourselves. They are forcing us to look at what needs to be addressed, what aspect of our smaller self needs to be relinquished. So, what is it that we need to let go? What is it, all of this about? So, we need to let go about being afraid of people seeing us how we truly are. We have to let go of the fear of being ourselves. Actually, we need to be ourselves, don't we? We need to be who we are, we need to be what we are, and we need to realize that we must never be afraid or ashamed of who we are, what we do in life, everything about ourselves. So others often see us in a different light than what we see ourselves. Sometimes people see things in us that we don't realize. And for example, if you're somebody who just blurts it out, you know, just think, you speak before you think, you may upset people, or your words may sort of hurt them, but you didn't mean it. And so what we need to do is we need to realize that none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. We all have uniqueness. We all have something different about ourselves. And when it comes to the way we speak, the way we express ourselves, everything, if we do it in the right attitude, with the right attitude, if we do it with coming from a kind, understanding, empathic attitude, then we will bring into our lives those very things. So this seems to be a message about how we conduct ourselves, doesn't it? And the way we speak and the way we put ourselves out there. It seems to be like that, doesn't it, today? For those of you who have been sending me your comments, thank you so very much. I do reply to your comments. I'm from Australia, so I live in Australia. I live on the Sunshine Coast, the northern side of Brisbane, Queensland, in a beautiful little country town, Hinterland. And I love to hear where you're from. So when you do come on and give me your comments, which we really do appreciate, let me know where you're from. And I'll always respond to you, let you know that I have read your messages. Even if many of the people just say thank you, I'll always give you a little tick back and a little heart to say that I've read your message. And if you'd like to give us a little like today, just to let us know that you do appreciate the messages that we bring through to you, that would be absolutely wonderful. So nothing's thrown out yet. So nothing's been chucked out at me yet. So I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut the deck and see what it is Spirit wants to talk to us about today. So we're getting three of these. This is a really powerful deck. This is similar to what we got a couple of messages ago this week. And we've got the High Priestess. So we've got the Emperor, we've got the we've got the Emperor, we've got the Chariot. So that's two messages about taking control, isn't it? And the power, having the power to and the courage to take control. We've got the High Priestess, which is all about trusting our intuition at the moment, isn't it? So let's see what else Spirit wants to give us. But this is another tarot deck. This is like the original tarot, which I prefer because this one uses the speaks and not the elements. Sometimes I use another deck, which is really pretty, but it's got all elements. So this is good. What sort of messages would you like to give us today, please? Thank you. What sort of messages would you like to give everybody that's watching today? Thank you very much. The Tower, that's lovely. Okay, anything else? Top one, okay, I'll take the top. This is going under here, this is going there, and the top one, which is death. So that's okay. We've got some endings here. We've got some really strong endings here, which is okay. So we've got the Emperor. And the Emperor is all about us knowing exactly how to handle things. He's a very strong, organised card. It's all about focusing, being organised, taking control. We are being asked here to show our leadership qualities. We're being told here not to worry about I'm also being told to say you're not to worry about what other people think. You just step up and take the reins, because we've also got the Chariot. Take the reins and take control of everything and anything that you may be a little bit worried about. So if there's something going on, if there's a few undercurrents going on, I feel there's some sort of undercurrent going on around you at the moment. So if that is the case, you are being asked to be patient. Just trust your intuition. Just go with the flow at the moment. Be very patient, and think carefully before you actually take action. Before you actually step up into the place of the Chariot. Before you actually move on or start anything or continue on with anything at the moment, but mainly before you really start anything, just make sure that you consider everything that you really want. Make sure you consider everything. Consider what it's going to take to do all of this. Consider what it is you need to do to get things going. For those of you who are starting something new, you're starting a new business, you're starting a new job, anything that's new that you're thinking of launching, or that you've been working on and now you're thinking of moving forward a little bit more, you're just being asked to consider everything, consider what is involved here, and trust your intuition. So, how long is it going to take me? What is it I need to do to get this off the ground? Have I done everything? Have I done everything I need to do? Have I been, organised? Have I put the right energy into this? Have I shown my discipline? Have I built a solid foundation and a structure here, so that when I launch it, or when I start, or when I continue, it's going to flow successfully? So it's very important for those of you who are working on something, building onto something, putting something big out there or something new, make sure that you have done your homework, put the hard work in, and you've taken the reins and you've shown your leadership, and now you're now ready to put it out there. I also feel some of you may be also putting together something with others involved, and so this is why it's very important that you show your leadership, that you show people how to do things properly. For example, if you are teaching people, then make sure that you teach them how to do things correctly so that they don't make any mistakes. Because look, we do have underneath the Emperor, we do have the Tower. Okay, we do have the Tower. Now, the Tower, in our opinion, in the work that we do, the Tower is not a bad card. Okay, it's not a bad card at all. It's actually things finally coming to a situation, things finally getting to a stage or coming to a head where we say, I've got to make changes here. I've got to get going. I've got to move. I've got to, if I don't make changes, then it's going to get worse. It's never going to get better. So I have to take changes. That's what the Tower is all about. It's like a revelation. So in many ways, it is a good card because when we've been going through the Tower, for those of us who have been going through the Tower, for those of us who are within the Tower now, we've been finding that we just can't seem to get ahead. Every time we try to move ahead, we seem to come up against a brick wall. And it gets to a stage where we're just going around in circles. We're not getting anywhere, we're not achieving anything. And so the Tower is saying to us, okay, you need to reevaluate things. You need to take the lead. You need to do things differently. You need to take the lead. You need to look into everything. You need to become organised. You need to step into the shoes of the emperor. Take control. It's like, for example, if you're trying to work on something and you're just not getting ahead, it's just moving too slowly. Nothing's really being accomplished. Nothing's being achieved. And let's say you have a few people that are actually working for you or with you. What you need to do here is you need to recognise that things are not progressing the way they should. So you need to step up and you need to, like, for example, you might have a staff meeting or something and you might say, okay, this is how we're going to do things from today. We're going to change the way we do this. We're going to change the way we do that. And we're going to do it from now on, we're going to do it this way because that's going to be a lot more productive. Okay? That's just a sort of an example of how you may work with the Tower. It's acknowledging that there's an issue, there's a problem, I've got to fix it. I've got to fix it because I'm in control of this. And so this is what I'm going to do to fix it. And then with the Tower, we're going to look back, we're going to say, well, in many ways, I'm glad that happened because that forced me into taking a stand, making change, correcting things that needed to be corrected. And now, if I hadn't have done that, I wouldn't be where I am today, which is successful. So the Judgment card is sitting underneath the Chariot. And the Chariot is about taking control. The Chariot is about movement, the things getting going, getting things, this is about having self-discipline. This is about taking the reins. Again, you've got two cards, the Emperor and the Chariot, all about taking the reins, taking back your power in your life path or your career or whatever it is that's going on that you can resonate with this reading today. The Judgment is it's like a rebirth. This is us being asked to step up. This is us being asked to step up. Now we've come out of the Tower energy now, so now it's time for us now that we've had all this difficulty, we need to bury all that difficulty. We need now to get on with things. And this is also having a second chance at maybe putting something right. So it's time for us to stand up. It's time for us to put our ideas out there and to grow on them or to add to them. It's time. It's time. So you need to decide, am I going to step up? Am I going to now move forward? Am I going to create success? When you are, because the difficult times are over. The Tower is in the past. And so now we're moving forward. Now that I've taken control, now that I've taken responsibility, now that I've stepped up and I've taken on the realization that I have to do this, I have to be the leader. I'm going to bring all the fruition. I'm going to start this new beginning. I'm going to bring in a whole new path, a whole new outcome. a whole new area of success by taking away what's no good, getting rid of what's no good, releasing what doesn't serve me anymore, and now we're stepping into a whole new beginning. The Death card is all about beginnings and endings. It's sitting underneath the High Priestess. And so, yes, you're going to be going into a new beginning. Yes, something's coming to a closure. Something's finally coming to an end. But you're also being asked to be patient with all of this. So don't rush in. So the Death card, the horse is not racing like crazy. The horse is just plodding along. So plod along, start it off, or make changes, make decisions, get things going, and then realize that you have to just go with the flow, and work on things at a steady pace. This is about working on things at a steady pace. What else is it that they'd like to add on to this story today? Thank you. So we've got the Emperor. So wow, we've got a lot of these messages are all about how strong we are. This is about us recognizing our strengths. This is about us seeing that we can take control. We've got judgment, we've got justice. So that's rather interesting. We've got one more. Make up the odd. Thank you. Okay, so what have we got here? Okay, so we've got Emperor. So under the Tower now, this is about our stability. This is about our again, this is about the strength of the Emperor. The Emperor and we've got two Emperors. We've got the Emperor and we've got the Emperor. What we're being asked today, everyone, we really are being asked to recognize that we can do this. We can do it. It doesn't matter what it is that we're concentrating on. It doesn't matter what it is that we might be a little bit fearful about. It doesn't matter what it is that we need to step up and we're still not sure. We have the capacity to do it. All it takes really is leadership qualities. It takes we need to be dependable. We need to show our authority. And this is about us working on our stability. We've been through a rough time. But that's over now. That's come to an end. Those hard times have come to an end. And so now that they've come to an end, we need to realise that it's time for us to take over, step up and start building again, trusting our intuition, having faith in the power that lies within, accepting and realising our capabilities. We need to realise that we can do anything and everything that we put our mind to. The Emperor is a very powerful message to us. It's a very powerful energy about the fact that we are very capable, more so than some of us than we realise. And there's no need with the Nine of Swords, this is all about us realising that we just need to reevaluate how we're thinking about what we're planning when it comes to these new beginnings that lay ahead for us. So the one thing we need to do more than anything is to stay positive with our intuition, listen to our intuition, have patience, consider carefully before we actually act, and have faith that once we let go of all the fears that are around us, if there's any fears at all, we need to let go of these, because fear is a false belief. It's not, fear is not real. It's a false state of mind. Usually people, situations, but usually people, because situations are created by people's actions and words, aren't they? So fear is an illusion in many ways. I know that many of us do experience fear. We worry about things and we get frightened, but fear will hold us back. And so the fear card is sitting underneath this new beginning and a fresh start. So release all fears. They will just stagnate you. So release those, and then you'll be ready to step into the story of the Emperor and look at the outcome. You've got the sun as your outcome. This is the outcome. This is a story of difficulty. Many of us are going through difficulty. Some of us are still trying hard to rise above it. Others of us have come out of it now because we do have the end of a situation and a whole new beginning. But there are 5 cards sitting on the table here telling us that we really do need to step up and realize just how strong we really are and show our strengths to others, prove our strength and our organisation to others. We need to get organised. We need to focus on what it is we're trying very hard to create or build on. So it really is a message of, I get this feeling like it's a message of hope in some ways because of the difficulties that some of us have been going through. And I say us because I can resonate with this reading. I always resonate with the readings and the message of the Spirit that brings through. But when you get the sun, card as your outcome of the message, this is all about having confidence in yourself. But it's also about a happy outcome. It's everything all the seeds that you sow now, all the seeds that maybe you're nurturing. You've been nurturing all these seeds for a while. The sun is shining on them. The sun is shining on them, and the sun is helping them to grow because whatever it is we sow, it needs the sun and the rain, doesn't it? Sun and water to grow. And this is about things growing. This is about building on things. This is about finding a truth in a situation. This is about being fair. This is about being a decision about being very strong. So again, we've got quite a few thoughts. We've got a few thoughts in some of these pictures in these cards, and all of these thoughts here, this is about our mindset. This is about us being positive, not allowing anything to deter us off the track. Don't allow our fears or our thoughts to take us off the track. We need to stay on track. We need to stay positive, and we need to stay organised. The fear card is again, we're being told we must not allow fear to hold us back in any way. It's a false sense of entrapment. It is a false sense of entrapment. And we all experience it at one time or another. And now, this reading, some of us are experiencing a few doubts. We're feeling, oh gosh, I just don't feel like I'm moving ahead, or I'm feeling a bit trapped, or I don't feel I can do this, or I don't feel I can do that. Some of us may be in a job that we just can't seem to, we hate it because of the people there, or because we're not being treated properly, and we're thinking, well, what am I supposed to do? I can't do anything. I'm trapped here. I can't do much because, I don't know what else to do. I don't know where to go. And these are the sort of things that could be going around in your mind at the moment. Some of you may be feeling a little bit entrapped in a situation. It could be work, it could be your business. I feel trapped because I just don't seem to be moving forward. I'm not really progressing. And so Spirit is saying to us today that once we get organised, once we make up our mind, we're going to take back our power. We're going to stop worrying about what's been happening. We're going to step in the now. Today, right now, I'm going to stop worrying about all those things that have taken place. I'm going to start to rebuild. I'm going to start all over again. I'm going to, whatever has been going on, I'm now going to maybe go down a new path and do it a different way. And I'm going to be very successful. I'm not going to allow any sort of fear to hold me back. I'm not going to allow any doubt to hold me back. Because Spirit has given me the star and the sun. This is what they're saying to me. Not only do you have the sun, you also have the outcome of the star. To get these two together, everyone, what you're doing now, what you're planning on doing, what you're working on, what you're going to create, what it is that you've been going through difficult times, and now you're going to step up and take your power back and take that control back and start to really, really show what you're made of. You're going to create a wonderful future for yourself. The star says to us, you're on the right path. Whenever I see this, whenever I see this in particular, being standing on the edge of a mountain and the waterfalls are all at her feet. And she's got two containers of water. This is her sowing things. This is her emotions, opening up her heart. This is her putting herself out there in the world in many ways. But it's also about business. It's also about sowing seeds and plantings and things. It's about optimistic long-term plans. It's about being optimistic and knowing that you're on the right path. You are on the right path. Be optimistic. Be strong. Take control. Focus. Realize you've got more in you than, accept the goodness that you've got and the organisation and the logic that exists. Just step up and start to use it. Put plans into place, set goals, all those sorts of things. This is like a new beginning in many ways, starting something over again, or starting in a fresh way, maybe just start putting some freshness into it, some new ideas into it, so that when we sow the seeds and start to build on something that we've already got that's come to a stagnation or whatever, and it's sort of like, well, we'll start it all over again, and this time we'll do this time we'll do that. That's what this is all about. The outcome is success. The outcome is true success. That's what it's all about. You have the strength. Release any fears that you have. You have the strength to do this. This is us knowing and being told that we have the strength to handle anything and everything that life throws at us. This is about being compassionate, forgiving, and releasing any harsh judgment, and also the way that we handle things. This is about handling things in a kind and loving way. This is about your words and the actions that we were given. The journey of words often begins before we say them, and as long as you speak truth with good intention, your words are golden. Frame all your words with love. That's what this is about. Frame all your words with love. For some of you, maybe you've got to do some healing with somebody. Maybe you've got to do some reconciling, working things out. Well, this is all about knowing that you've got that inner strength to do it. You've got the capability. Everything is going to turn out okay because you've got the sun and you've got the star. If you handle it right, just make sure that you handle it right. And in a loving way. Everything you're negotiating with, everything you're organising comes from a place of compassion and understanding. Very important. We only got one number today. What was it? 444. Faith. This is a lovely message. Here's the message from Spirit for you all. Let this renewal free you from any doubts about your success. The angels are guiding you to believe in yourself and all the hard work you have done. See, this makes sense, you guys. You've been all putting in such an effort, and now they're just saying you're going to reap the rewards. The signs are all around you. Look closer. Find peace, certainty in your heart. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. You are on the right path. You're on the right path. Make optimistic, long-term plans. Happy outcome. The sun is a happy outcome. You can't get these two are the best cards in all tarot decks. So this is about brilliant new ideas that lead to success. It's about you putting everything out there, sowing a seed, so that and then nurturing. Make sure you nurture everything that you're putting out. You must nurture and look after what it is that you sow, what it is that you begin. nurture it the right way. And you can't do anything else but succeed. So a message about nurturing, a message about um, how we work with others, how we to connect with others in a loving, compassionate way. A message about taking control of our life, taking the reins. Remember, everybody, we all get programmed. This is a fact and a belief system that I know that many of you know is true. I don't think I need to convince any of you about the belief of the fact that we are all programmed. What I mean by that is many of us have wonderful, loving parents, but we're still brought up in an environment of their belief systems. Some of us have a terrible environment, very heart-wrenching, tragic, and sometimes abusive environment. And so that also programs us, and very often it programs fear, programs hate, resentment, all sorts of things. And no judgment to those people, because it's all very well to criticize, but when you've been brought up in a loving, caring home, but when you've been brought up in a terrible environment, you are programmed into certain belief systems and certain parts of you. You get programmed in certain ways of especially your thinking, mainly your thinking, which leads to your actions. And so as we get older and we realise that much of our programming, much of that we were taught is not really our belief systems because of what we've experienced in life, we need to change that, don't we? And so many of us, we then realise, well, I have to, this is how I really feel about this, and this is how I feel about that. And it doesn't matter what they say, this is the way which is what I now believe. And so we need to be strong. We need to take the reins of our life. We need to take control. We need to take our power back and become the real strong, loving, caring person that really does reside within us. So this was a nice message today. It was a little bit heavy. It was a little bit, but anyway, look, I was talking about the home life, and this is the happy home, isn't it? This is the happy home. This is what we all want. And the start hard, and Four of Wands, which is our happy home, are sitting here saying to you that make positive, optimistic, long-term plans about your future, no matter what it is, where you live, where you rent, where you work, your business, whatever it is that's going to make you happy, put those plans into fruit. Get them out there, put the seeds out there, nurture them, believe that you're on the right path, and success and happiness is definitely going to come your way. You have to put the effort in, of course. you have to do the hard yard. But I've always found that when I'm working for myself or when I'm really trying to create something that makes me happy, then I'm usually pretty much switched on each morning to get up and go and do it. So, excuse me. I hope these messages resonate with you today. So it's a bit of a heavy reading, but anyway, I'm sure it does resonate with many of you. A lot of this resonates with me. So I'm grateful it did come through. If it has, would you like to let us know? Make some comments. I love hearing from you. I really do. I genuinely love to see where you're from, get your comments. And if you'd like to give us a like, it will help the channel. If you'd like to subscribe, that would really be lovely. I'd very much appreciate it if you do. So take care, everybody. It's nice to catch up with you again today. And I look forward to the next time that we meet. Bye for now.